All right, guys, once again, we have another huge discount that I'm going to talk to you about. If you haven't caught my previous videos, we did one for Born to Stand Out a few days ago, and then just recently did one for AFFINESSENCE. So I think a lot of the fragrances from Born to Stand Out sold out, and I feel like because it's a bit more of a hyped brand in comparison to AFFINESSENCE. But there's a really great deal on SANTAL BASMATI from that brand. If you're a fan, go check it out. It was around $160 for 100 ml. So I don't know, I can't guarantee that it hasn't sold out since shooting and airing this video, but double check to make sure, because I think SANTAL BASMATI is a great deal and definitely a great creamy, milky, slightly nutty, rice-focused sandalwood fragrance. So let's talk about Mizensir. The brand is highly discounted currently. And I've spoken about the brand on the channel. I've got a standalone video on their fragrances, and I've spoken a lot about some of their fragrances. Most importantly, my favorite, For Your Love, which I keep mentioning I need to buy a bottle, but I'm actually physically going to buy a bottle now because this is on its way out. And this was just placed out of where I keep, away from where I keep the Mizensir fragrances, because I've been meaning to buy it. But now that it is highly discounted, suggested retail is around $300. I think it's $280, $285. It's like $130 for this fragrance right now. And if you haven't tried it, definitely one of my favorites. It's more than 50% off, so that's a great deal. I would say this is musky and slightly fruity with some earthy touches and ambery touches as well. You might get some similarities to the idea of Baccarat Rouge. I don't think they smell alike, but they might feature similar notes. I find it to be super sexy, comes alive in the heat, and I like that fruitiness there as well, which Baccarat Rouge doesn't have it. And I'm not saying this is smelling like it. It might act like it more than that. And I think because of that, a lot of people say it reminds them of Baccarat Rouge. I don't think this smells like Baccarat Rouge. Definitely my favorite. It's super sexy. It's molecular, it's musky, ambery, earthy, and then also that fruitiness just does it magic. So this is my favorite from the house. This is called For Your Love from the house of Mizensir. Get yourself a bottle. It's so good. I'm addicted to that. I need to get another bottle. I'm going to do it. In fact, after I shoot this video, there's a few that I want to buy that some, like For Your Love, I want to have a backup because I'm almost done. But there's a few fragrances that I'm also going to mention that I found on the sale that I've never bought, and I'm going to do a blind buy on them. But the next fragrance we're talking about is Chere. Pretty delicious gourmand-esque fragrance. I think it's a vanilla-focused fragrance, and this is currently 100 ml for $153. So still more than 50% off on this. So it's powdery, but also vanillic, and there's musky notes and sandalwoody notes as well. I think it's super cozy and, cocooning, enveloping. So it's got those kind of qualities. So it's very cozy and comforting. Perfect for, like an evening at home, being cozy with a, glass of wine or sipping on some, cozy tea or something. So I feel like this is a very autumn appropriate fragrance. It's more expensive than For Your Love, which is $130. The Chere is $153. I prefer For Your Love more, but I feel like this is more of a substantial fragrance because it has lots of vanillic notes in it. So this is definitely one for you to try from Mizensir Chere. Check it out. I have it I've mentioned it a few times in videos, but the one I've spoken quite a bit about is For Your Love, which remains to be my favorite from the house. So check that out. Then we've got Perfect Oud. Perfect Oud is currently 100 ml for $170. So I feel like it's a little over $100 off on this one. And the brand seems to have 4 or 5 different oud fragrances. And if you guys don't know much about Mizensir, it's a brand started by Alberto Morillas and his daughter, So his daughter runs the brand because Alberto still works at Firmenich, and he does fragrances for a lot of different brands. And there's this brand. I discovered Mizensir in January or December, well, December of 2018 or January of 2019 on a trip to the UK. I was in the UK for about a month, and I discovered it at Harrods then. So I've been a fan of the fragrances, not everything, some of them. And so I recommend several fragrances, and especially now that we're in the season of gift giving. The discounts, I'm going to keep doing these videos because you guys keep requesting them. And if you're ever in the market to buy, you know, fragrances that I find great deals on, definitely check out some of my videos. The only thing I can't guarantee is if the products run out. So because they're highly discounted, I mean, For Your Love, suggested, well, Lucky Scent has it for $285 and it's at the discounter for $130. So it's more than 50% off on that. So it's a really, really great deal. And again, one of my favorite. But going back to Perfect Oud, I think it's a pretty straightforward Western oud. It's an oud accord. It's quite spicy. Might have hints of reminding you of fragrances like, you know, the Tom Ford oud wood. So it might have some those kind of touches. So it's very aromatic. It's spicy. It's quite woody. And I think it's pretty straightforward. It's not warm. There's not a lot of warmth here. I don't experience warmth. It's all lots of wood, spices, and aromatics. So those are the kind of notes. And it does lean masculine, and you'll be reminded of oud wood. Definitely would be. But it is a bit more on the expensive side. It's $170, still about $115 off. I think the ouds might be a bit more than the other fragrances, but I know for sure Lucky Scent has For Your Love for $285, and currently at the discounter it's $130. So this Perfect Oud is $170. So the next one I'm going to mention is Ambre Magique. This one right here. Hey, there's a reflection right there. So Ambre Magique is a rosy amber fragrance, and right now 100 ml for $170. I think this is more than $285. I'm sorry I didn't double check, but definitely not less than $285. At least these are $285 or more. We've got an extrait de parfum of Perfect Oud, which I believe is definitely more than $300, but that one's not highly discounted because it just came out. Ambre Magique, some people have asked to see if it's similar to, what is the amber from Dior, Ambre Nuit. I don't get similarities just because it has a rose in it and the Ambre Nuit has rose. It's not similar to me. It's not one of my favorite amber fragrances. I like it. It's warm, but it's got floral notes. It's got, I believe, ambergris in here as well. But Alberto Morillas does a lot of molecular notes. He uses cachalox, which is the Firmenich alternative for ambroxan, I should say, not ambergris. But there's musks, there's woody notes, there's spices. It's an amber created by molecular notes. It's not like an amber. I wouldn't say this is an amber like Ambre Presso, which is more like resins and balsams that are being used, and some vanillic notes to create the amber accord. This is more of a molecular amber, I believe. It's still good, not my all-time favorite. For some reason today, I haven't smelled it in a long time. It's giving me a little bit of a bubblegummy vibe. I don't know why. But let me know if you're a fan of Ambre Magique. And that is currently selling for $160 100 ml. I mean, it's decent. It's definitely worth having if you like ambers and you haven't tried it and all that good stuff. So we've got a few fragrances here that I do not have and I'm going to talk to you about. One of which is MUSK Eternel. This is the one that I want to buy. It's 100 ml for $115. And it looks like there's a few musk fragrances in the collection, which I want to take advantage because I do love me some musks. I love musk fragrances. Where's the other musk? Elixir de Musk. There's an Elixir de Musk and there's a MUSK Eternal. The MUSK Eternal is priced so low, $115 for 100 ml. So good. Such a great price. So totally for me deserves the blind buying of, because I mean, even though I might have, you know, sampled it in passing somewhere along the way, but I just don't remember it. And I'm going to take a chance at buying that one along with another bottle of For Your Love. So there is that. There's Poudre d'Or, powder of the day. I don't know. I'm not translating that correctly. Something to do with powder. It's 100 ml for $120. So I haven't smelled this one. I don't know what it's all about. But the fact that it has the word powder, poudre, it's a powdery fragrance. Poudre d'Or. If you've tried it, let me know. Also, let me know if you've tried the Musk Eternal. What are your thoughts? Are they worth the amount of money? For the Poudre d'Or, it's $120 for 100 ml, and these are 100 ml bottles, by the way. So I think it's also worth the price, because nowadays, designer fragrances are even double the price. Chanel L'Exclusive, Bleu de Chanel L'Exclusive is like $300 after taxes. So you're getting niche fragrance here for such a low price. Then there's Celebes Wood. I've sampled this one. I just don't remember it. And this is 100 ml for $130. Also a great price. But according to, from what I remember faintly, I think it's just straightforward woody fragrance. So it doesn't excite me to own that one. You might be a fan of it and you might want to take advantage of that deal. But even for a niche fragrance at $130 for 100 ml, totally worth it. Also, you should check. Maison Margiela fragrances in the replica are like $170 now, even more probably. Those are eau de toilette. These are 100 ml eau de parfum, and these are cheaper than the Maison Margiela fragrances at a discounter. So totally worth taking advantage of these fragrances, especially if you have a relative or somebody that collects, or they're just starting out. These would be great fragrances to collect with, to start with, and all that good stuff. So Celebes Wood, 100 ml, $130. Then we've got Golden Oud. There's way too many ouds in this collection. I don't even remember what Golden Oud smells like, but 100 ml for $160. Not a bad price for that. The ouds seem to be more expensive. The Perfect Oud is $170, but the Golden Oud is $160. From the sound of it, something sunny. Maybe it's warm ambery. I never smelled it. I don't remember it if I have. And from the sound of it, it seems like it's going to be warmer, maybe spicier, maybe amberier. So the fact that it has the word golden, maybe it's made golden with spices that are warmer. I don't know exactly, but I like the sound of it. But I'm not going to do a blind buy on an oud fragrance because I'm kind of bored of oud. Even though I'm liking oud, again, it's not one of my categories of fragrances that I do blind buys of, if that makes sense. But some of you will love oud maybe, and maybe you take advantage of that price, 100 ml, $160. But also I should say these are not the realistic ouds. These are Western ouds from what I remember sampling. So the next fragrance I do have, it's a great promotion. It's a Cologne du Figuier. So this is the fig fragrance cologne. And this is 100 ml, $120. Such a great price for this. So good. It's green, bitter, and I don't recall this being the fruits. It's the leaf. It's also quite, there's a metallic ice cold quality about it. And I feel like some of his colognes go that way, like the colognes of this house, especially like Blue Gin, giving me like a gin tonic ice cold experience. Whereas the Cologne de Figuier is also similar to that, very cold and ice cold experience. Green, bitter, metallic, icy, spicy, and minerally as well. Plus there's musky notes in here. He's thrown in the Cetalox in this. So it's like an ambroxan type note from I think it's from Firmenich, right? Yeah, so that's Cologne de Figuier. So if you like fig and you want something a bit more ice cold, metallic, this also has galbanum in it. I think all these notes are giving it that ice cold treatment. So that's Cologne du Figuier. So that is $120 for 100 ml. So I don't have the next one, and I thought I did, but I don't. Let's see. No, I don't have that. So the next one is Sweet Praline, and it's 100 ml for $135. And from what it sounds like, sweet and praline, so it's a kind of a gourmand take on a fragrance. I don't know if I'm going to do a blind buy on this one, but it's a great price, 100 ml for $135. I'm not going to do a blind buy on this one. I know that I'm not, but there's another one that I will do a blind buy on that. Well, it's not a blind buy. I actually recently sampled it last summer, and I've been wanting it, but we'll get to that in a little bit. If you've tried Sweet Praline, let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Sweet Praline sounds like a gourmand for sure. And I don't know Alberto Morillas for gourmand fragrances. I know him for marine fragrances. And we've got a few here coming up soon. One that's not in the sale, one that is. And it kind of turns me off. He's pushed the marine touches, which we'll get to in a little bit. But I don't know Sweet Praline, but still, if you're looking for a gourmand, it sounds like a great deal for 100 ml, 135. The next fragrance is Blue Gin. And those of you that like fragrances like, what's the gin fragrance from Maison Francis Kurkdjian? Not masculine pluriel, but there's the vanilla, and then there's the masculine, the more fresh masculine one. This kind of reminds me of that. This is the idea of a gin tonic, I think. There's lots of juniper here. There's some freshness in here, but it's ice cold and metallic. But for some reason today, the Cologne de Figuier is acting a lot more sharp and metallic than the Blue Gin. But both of them are pretty fresh, really, really fresh. And the Blue Gin is $130 for 100 ml. So a really great price on that one as well. But there's some warmth under it, and I think the idea is a gin tonic. But he also has a fragrance called Tonic Water, which I cannot stand, which we'll get to. Wait, I think the Tonic Water is on sale as well. But this one's nice. I think I prefer the Cologne de Figuier over Blue Gin. But I like its crispness. It's quite crisp, if that makes sense. So that's Blue Gin. If you don't know what juniper smells like, this is a great way to learn smelling this fragrance. It's very juniper forward. Really, the juniper is alive in that fragrance. So that's that. Now, there is a fragrance I want to buy that I don't have, that I sampled last summer in Paris at the Printemps. There's a Mizensir section upstairs on the first floor. And I fell in love with Legend Leather. And I don't have it here to show you, but it's 100 ml for $140. Definitely want to have it in my collection. That's a great price. It's also, I believe it was a dark bottle or a dark label from what I remember. It's been a while. I took a photo of it. I never posted about it. But I really did enjoy Legend Leather. And I like the name too, Legend Leather. 100 ml for $140. Do you own it? Do you have it? Have you tried it or been thinking about it? So right now it's 100 ml for $140. Such a great price on that. So the next fragrances I don't know much about. L'Envers du Paradis, 100 ml for $120. I have no idea what this fragrance is about. Never smelled it. Never even heard about it. Or I might have just skipped it, or I saw it and forgot about it. But what do you guys think about this fragrance? Have you tried it? L'Envers du Paradis. Add a comment below. I really do not know anything about it. But thinking of another oud fragrance, Original Oud, 100 ml for $102. That is a great price. For a 100 ml bottle like this, for $102, oh man, that is a great price. I'm not going to do a blind buy on this because I'm going to end up buying 4 fragrances. But if I wasn't buying 4, I might have gotten that one for $102. Now, I did forget to mention at the beginning of the video, there are also cheaper editions of some of these in tester format. So you don't get a full presentation box. You just get the bottle. So that's also great to check. And I'll have those linked as well when I'm posting the video. But Original Oud is a great price. I wish I had gotten my nose on it. I don't know anything about it. But 100 ml for $102 is great. The next fragrance I don't know about either. Alma de Rosario. I don't know anything about this fragrance. 100 ml for $115. So it's the name of a woman, and it's Spanish, obviously. Alberto Morillas is a Spanish origin. And I wish I knew what it's all about. It's just like L'Envers du Paradis. I don't know anything about Alma de Rosario. Rosario, does it refer to rosary? I don't know. So is it like a church-focused or incense-focused fragrance? But 100 ml for $115, great price. And then we've got Ideal Oud. Between Original Oud and Ideal Oud, I preferred Original Oud. And it's been such a long time since I've sampled Ideal Oud. Let's try it now and tell you about it. This is Rose Oud combo. Well, I'm not hating this one. It's a rose oud combo with spices, maybe a little leather, maybe amber in the base, like pink peppery kind of spices as well. That's actually good. I kind of like it more than Perfect Oud. This is 100 ml for $125. You can't get a rose oud combo from a mass market luxury brand for $125 that's in eau de parfum concentration. That is a great deal. And it smells really, really great. At least it's a bit more exciting compared to Perfect Oud. Perfect Oud is kind of in the ballpark of Oud Wood from Tom Ford. This one at least has that excitement of the floral sea of the rose. So that is Ideal Oud. 100 ml for $125. Now we've got something that I cannot stand, tonic water. Yes, I have a bottle, but this is not tonic water to me. This is fish water, unfortunately. And I know Alberto Morillas does a lot of marine notes. This is, ooh. It turns my stomach literally, and I'm going to smell it for you guys. There's two like that here. Let me put her aside and then I put this, well, no, let me just smell it. 100 ml for $115 currently. It's not as bad as I remember it, but there is something, because I didn't put it on skin. It comes through on skin, the fishiness. Oh, it's coming. Whoa. Yeah, this one's not my favorite. It is extremely marine, and it even gets worse on skin. So I don't recommend it personally if you love marine note. If you don't love marine notes, oh wow, it is really getting strong. But if you are fine with them, I think the $115 is great. But I'm very sensitive to marine notes, and Alberto Morillas does a lot of cologne usage. I don't know if this has cologne in the notes, but it smells like it. Cologne is a synthetic ingredient that's supposed to, oh god, that's pretty bad. It's supposed to smell like the sea, but to me it's kind of rotten egg, sulfuric, and sea combined, so it really turns my stomach. But that is $115 for 100 ml. Next we've got three fragrances that I don't know about. Elixir de Musk, 100 ml for $130. I'm going to buy this one, blind buy Elixir de Musk. Is Elixir de Musk a flanker of MUSK ETERNEL? Those of you that know about this, let me know. But it's 100 ml for $130. I'm a big fan of musk fragrances, so I'm going to buy these two blind. And I'm going to buy the Legend Leather, not blind, I've sampled it but never owned it. And then I'm going to buy a bottle of the For Your Love. So those are the ones I'm buying during the sale. But yeah, I'm curious about the Elixir de Musk. I want to see what it's all about. Then we've got Epine de Rose. But honestly, the one that I have that's a rose here, Rose Exaltant, was not on the sale. This rose to me, I don't know if it's similar to Epine de Rose, which is 100 ml for $110. I'm not going to blind buy that one either. I'm just buying four. This rose, the Rose Exaltant, is such an amazing rose that gives me major scent memories. So my dad used to travel to Bulgaria. Always bring back rose oil from Bulgaria because Bulgarian rose, it's known for their rose and all that good stuff. And I'm a very scent-oriented person even as a kid. I used to love playing with the rose oils, dab them on, smell them. So this Rose Exaltant reminds me of like pure Bulgarian rose oil. So I don't know what Epine. Also, when I worked in a photo lab when I was very young, there was a woman, a wealthy woman that came in, always dropped off. She always smelled like rose, and it reminds me of that rose. But I don't know if it's similar to Epine de Rose. Epine, does it refer to pine? I don't know. 100 ml for $110. Then there's another oud, Tender Oud, which is also 100 ml for $125. And I don't know anything about Tender Oud either. So there's too many oud fragrances that I'm completely unfamiliar with. And am I going to try this one? No, I'm not, but sounds like a good deal. 100 ml for $125. Oud fragrance. I mean, somebody that's really into oud fragrances will buy up all four different oud fragrances, and it's going to be less than $500 for 100 ml eau de parfum. So that's a great you know, gift for somebody like that. So Tender Oud, let me know if you know it. Add a comment below. But we've got another fragrance that I've spoken quite a bit about. It's VERT Empire. VERT Empire, referring to green. It's a green fragrance. It has petitgrain, which I love. I love petitgrain. It's the green, bitter orange leaves. But this is also got lots of juicy oranges. There's aromatic notes. There's musky notes, like ambroxany notes. It's so good, this one. It's actually even gotten better since it's been sitting in the bottle. So that is 120, 100 ml for 120. Unbelievable price for that. And again, it's around $285, $300 for 100 ml. So it's more than 50% off. Then we've got Perfect Oud Extrait. This just came out, and this is the extrait of the first oud I spoke about. The first oud I spoke about is Perfect Oud, and that is currently selling for 170 100 ml. But the extract is 100 ml for $215. I don't know what the suggested retail price is on the extrait fragrances, but I actually sampled this with Legend Leather at the Printemps. Really loved this in comparison to the original. So Perfect Oud in the extrait. Nice black look bottle. Oh yeah, it's much deeper, doesn't have the freshness, thicker, spicy, dark, a bit smoky, still, oh, leathery as well, still cardamom. I'm picking up cardamom, but still the same DNA, just deeper, richer, more intense, more woody, deep, you know, darker as well, which totally fitting of this beautiful black bottle. So that is Perfect Oud from the house of, well, it's Perfect Oud Extrait from the house of Mizensir. I quite like that. It's super sexy as well. So that one currently 100 ml for $215. It's an Extrait de Parfum concentration. Then we've got Bois Iridescent. I haven't sampled this one. It's 100 ml for $125. I don't know anything about it. I like the idea, but it's got the word bois, so it's going to be woody. But is it iridescent? What does it have? So maybe it's got floral notes, these colorful notes. I don't know, something about it. Sounds interesting. It's also a great price for $125, 100 ml. So somebody might dig that one. Then we've got Mizensir's INCENSUM, 100 ml for $110. So INCENSUM, it's an incense-focused fragrance, I take it. $110. That is really, really cheap, really. But I don't know anything about it. So incense, just like oud, is not a blind buy fragrance note for me. Ouds, incense, I don't blind buy. I used to before, but not anymore. I've got way too many. It's not one of my most exciting notes, so I don't. I blind buy musks, vanillas, patchoulis, ambers, tobacco, boozy notes. Those are the ones that I blind buy. Even neroli and orange blossom, fig, and things like that. But I'm curious about INCENSUM. For $110, that's a great price. And then finally, MYTHIQUE VETYVER. And then I'm going to show you some fragrances I did not talk about. MYTHIQUE VETYVER is a great masculine take on vetiver. It's got aromatic notes and ambery notes in the dry down. This is currently $120. It's quite good. Really wonderful. It's rooty, but not so damp and moldy kind of when it becomes extremely rooty, but very fresh and aromatic as well. Actually, it's interesting how the vetiver is smelling much better to me today than the Cologne de Figuier. The Cologne de Figuier goes extremely sharp. The vetiver is really grounding and fresh and earthy and woody and aromatic. So that is Cologne de Figuier. Where did it go? No, not Cologne de Figuier. What am I saying? MYTHIQUE VETYVER. That smells fantastic. That's the deal. That is 100 ml for $120. The ones we did not talk about, Luxury, Cologne du Mate, Eau de Gingembre, which is a great ginger fragrance. Rose Exaltant, as I said. Oh, what an amazing smelling rose. L'Ambre du Lit, I believe it's a lily-focused fragrance. And this stuff. Another one that's so gross, so like vile smelling with the marine notes in it. So I'm not going to pull it out and smell it because it wasn't at the store, but I cannot stand anti-conformist is what it's called. Ugh. Yeah, 2 fragrances that are extremely fishy on me. Anyway, so as I said, this deal is happening now. I don't know how long it'll be. Some of the fragrances that I reported on are selling out. Take advantage of these deals because they won't last. And if you've been wanting these fragrances, this is the time now. These are really, really highly discounted. And thanks so much for watching today's video, guys. I will do more of these because of the holidays coming around the corner and Black Friday and everything. So stay tuned for more deals videos. I'll go over fragrances and talk to you about some really awesome fragrance specials. If you hear of anything that I haven't spoken about, do let us know. Send a message to me or add a comment here below. Thanks so much for watching. As I said, please like this video, share it, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.